all right, if you are dealing with even ovarian cysts and you've noticed that you've regrown them after surgery or after, healing attempts, right, or they've gotten bigger, right, we're gonna talk about why, so that we can make some corrections, okay? Because again, a lot of women don't understand why fibroids develop. They don't understand how, that it is their root causes. They don't understand that fibroids is really a symptom of a larger problem going on in the body. So we're gonna break that down. All right, I'm gonna answer some of you guys' questions. Hope everybody's doing well. Happy Thursday, everyone. As you're coming in, let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to know. And also, I would love to know, also, has anybody has anybody experienced their fibroids regrowing? Okay. Anybody? That is actually something a long time ago that I went through. So I'll talk a little bit about that. And it's when they regrow, it can be very frustrating because they typically come back with vengeance. Okay, they typically come back with vengeance. Thank you so much for the likes. Yes. So we're gonna talk about it today. We're gonna talk about it. There's several women that have came on my lives before that have said that they dealt with fibroids regrowing after 2 surgeries, 3 surgeries. After a myomectomy and UFE procedure. It happens so often. So we're going to talk about it, why that happens, because a lot of people don't understand, right? Because again, you're told that surgery and certain things are supposed to be, even after hysterectomy, somebody regrew a tumor on their cervix, which was crazy, right? So you're told that these things are, end all be alls. You're thinking you're solving the problem, not knowing you're causing a bigger problem, okay? So, for those that are new, if you're watching me for the first time, hi and welcome. If you're watching from whether YouTube or TikTok, hi and welcome. Let me know if you guys are new, okay? My name is Sasha. For those that are new, I'm a holistic womb specialist. And what I do is I help women who have fibroids and ovarian cysts, endometriosis, and other reproductive health issues. I help them get rid of these issues naturally, 100% naturally, by getting to the root cause of the problem, okay? Restoring hormonal balance, right? The right way, and actually creating, total lifestyle changes, total physical, spiritual, emotional level up in order to, embody womb healing, right? Because womb healing is not just about getting rid of fibroids. It's deeper than that. It's about you returning to you. And we're gonna talk a little bit about that. It's about, because if we're dealing with issues with the womb on an energetic level, it's deeper than what you think. A lot of people think it's just fibroids. No, also energetic blockages, and also we're dealing with a lot of stuff, trauma that we're keeping in the body, in the womb. That needs to be dealt with as well, because a lot of us, like I said, we've been suppressing so many things for years and years and years, and they're showing up in fibroids, okay? So let's talk about it, everyone. Thank you so much for the likes, okay? So let me know. Wait, you guys seem kind of shy. Let me know where you guys are watching from. YouTube, let me know where you guys are watching from. Hi, Siona. Hopefully I said your name right. All right, let me know where you guys are watching from. So if you've ever had fibroids return after YouTube, know what I mean? Like, what city, state? I know you're watching from YouTube, but let me know like what city and say hi. Make sure that you guys on YouTube click the like button. Albany, New York. Okay, welcome New York. Okay, I love that. Okay, thank you so much. I think I've seen your name before, Whiny. Hopefully I've saying that right. Okay, Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, not too far from me. I'm in Washington D.C. Okay. Anybody else? Let me know where you guys are watching from. I would love to know. And also let me know, Charlotte, okay, North Carolina, Georgia, okay, watching from New York, okay. I'm not in America. That's totally fine. A lot of people that watch me are not in America. I have clients from all over the world, okay. Michigan, okay, we have a guy, okay, hi. Ontario, okay, Ontario, Canada, okay, welcome. All right, so let's get up. Tampa, Florida, okay. Okay, we have a lot of East Coast here. Yeah, anybody from outside of the country, Miami, welcome. Oh, it's been a while since I've been to Miami. It's been a while. Anybody from outside of the country? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about why you regrew your fibroids. And let me know in the chat as well. Have you ever had surgery and regrew fibroids afterwards? Okay, this seems to be very common with whether you have had fibroids, ovarian cysts, endometriosis. This is very common with these reproductive health issues, right? They grow back, and you're probably wondering why, or maybe you went the natural route herb or whatever you did and they grew back, right? We're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about that too because that happens too. That happens too, okay? Where, you know, you may have addressed this the natural way, which I do recommend, but you didn't get to the root cause of the problem, okay? So we're gonna talk about it. So let's Connecticut. Welcome. Okay, you're not far from me at all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's talk about it. So let me know in the chat if you've had fibroids, anybody, whether you're watching from YouTube or TikTok, if you've had fibroids and they've grown back, okay? This is becoming an ongoing issue. Nobody? Not one person, okay? But this is when we talk about women that's been dealing with fibroids, that's going through the surgeries and the UFE procedures, which is the uterine embolization procedures, it's quite common for fibroids to grow back, right? Because they are a symptom of a larger issue, okay? They're a symptom of a larger issue. So when you're dealing with fibroids, right, that's not the cause. I want you guys to know that we look at fibroids as the problem. That's your body kind of storing waste. The underlying problem is the lymphatic system that's congested. The underlying problem is the hormones that are out of balance, right? These cannot be possible fibroids cannot be possible without your hormones being out of balance, without your digestive system being backed up, without your lymphatic system being congested, right? Without our elimination organs not filtering out for waste like they're supposed to, fibroids cannot exist, right? So when fibroids exist, our body has been in a compromised state for a while. Your body showed you signs before you developed fibroids. What happened is that a lot of people don't recognize the signs. That's why it's so important to understand what a healthy period is, what is not, what is an unhealthy period, what is like kind of like a red flag, and a red flag in a way where not where you panic, but we kind of have to, okay, we have to make some lifestyle changes, right? It's important because your period is your body's fifth vital sign, right? So that's important. Like we're lucky enough to have a fifth vital sign. So also too, your health, your day-to-day health. It's not just about when you go to the doctor once a year. It's also about what are you doing every single day to improve your health, okay? To maintain your health. If you're not working on that every day, that's the problem, and that's going to catch up with you, okay? Now, so why do fibroids come back? Again, I want to ask you guys, has anybody ever had fibroids come back? I'm shocked that nobody that's watching me right now has had that happen where they've had surgery or they've even done it the quote unquote natural way and the fibroids have gone back. Can perimenopause cause fibroids? That's actually a really good question. Okay, perimenopause, let me just say this. Okay, let me address the first part of the question. So perimenopause only occurs in unhealthy women, right? We look at it as an age thing. It's not. It is, again, when your body has gone through so many hormonal imbalances, has accumulated so many imbalances and toxins over the years, and you haven't done anything about it, then your hormones start going out of whack, right? So it's not something that happens with age. A lot of people think it happens with age. There's women in their 20s going through perimenopausal symptoms, right? It's not an age thing, it's a health thing. So if you are dealing with perimenopause, you are more likely to get things like fibroids or other reproductive health issues because your hormones are out of whack, right? Your body, you're dealing with lots of toxins in the body, right? So the clients that come to me that thought that they had perimenopause and fibroids, and we not only get rid of the fibroids, we get rid of all the perimenopausal symptoms, then, ain't no perimenopause, right? So perimenopause, I'm not saying that it's not real because it does. What they've done is that they've put they do this, they patent a name, sold on the conversation, right? They've put a name, a health condition on something that's literally just hormonal imbalances that can be resolved, right? And they made it as though, oh, you're a woman, your body starts malfunctioning after you turn 40. That's not true. That's not true. You should know that, and everybody should know this by now, that when it comes to Western medicine, it's a very patriarchal. When it comes to women's health, they failed women, right? They haven't done much for women besides when it comes to their women's health, reproductive health, and hormonal health, besides medications, pumping you with hormones, surgery, right? Birth control, which is also pumping you with hormones, right? So they've been doctors are taught that the uterus is a useless organ unless you are pregnant, okay? So when it comes to women's bodies, when it comes to women's health, there's not a lot there of knowledge that they have, as you can probably see. As you can probably, thank you for the thank you for the gift. Do you recommend taking hormone supplements and heavy? When you say hormone supplements, what do you mean? Do you mean synthetic, fake hormones, or like what we gotta? What does that mean? Heavy metal, detox liquid, or estrogen? I don't recommend taking any type of hormonal supplements. You have estrogen, progesterone. You have natural hormones. I recommend you get your body in a state, heal your organs and glands so that they're producing the right amount of each hormone. That's what you want to do, right? Your body's very capable of producing the right amount of each hormone. That means if it's not, that means we're not in good health. We got to clean out the liver. These are things that affect our hormones, the gut, right? We have to, like I said, clean out the body. Our body's not producing the right amount of hormones, right? You got to restore your hormonal balance, and you have to do it the right way. Taking supplements and taking all this stuff is not going to fix the underlying cause, okay? So that's what I recommend. But that was a good question, okay? Thank you. You guys can also ask me questions. So let's talk about this. Why do your fibroids come back after surgery? And if you, again, I'm gonna say it again, if you've had fibroids come back after you've had a myomectomy, a UFE, I would love to know in the chat, okay? So the reason why your fibroids grew back after surgery, because more than likely, and what I see a lot of women, they keep the same lifestyle, right? So you've had surgery, which I don't recommend for fibroids because, again, it's not getting rid of the underlying cause, but you've had surgery and you go back to the same exact lifestyle, same exact diet, same exact, everything's the same. Not taking care of your health, because if you have fibroids, we've been neglecting our health for a while. With your mental health, your spiritual health, with your emotional health, we've been neglecting, sometimes all three, we've been neglecting our health and ourselves for a while, okay? So you go back to that type of lifestyle, right? You're gonna get the fibroids again. This is why women are regrowing fibroids very shortly. Same thing with endometriosis, absolutely, yes. This is why women are regrowing the fibroids right after surgery. Same thing with endometriosis is even worse because, you know, it's not unheard of for women to have like 7 surgeries due to endometriosis. Like women that have endometriosis, because it's such a painful, debilitating condition, they're able to coerce women more often to have surgery after surgery. Like I've heard the numbers of surgeries I've heard of women that have had endometriosis is scary. I'm like, yo, you guys are continuously letting people cut into your body over and over again, right? You guys have to stop and get to the root cause of the problem. The same thing with endometriosis, okay? So you got to get to the underlying cause. It's not the fibroids or the endo on its own that's the problem. It's what's causing that. That's where we want to get to. That's what why did fibroids develop in your body? Why did fibroids develop in your body? I want you guys to understand and know the root causes, right? So if we're regrowing fibroids, that means that we've never healed what caused the fibroids. We've never healed the triggers. We didn't address it. You still have all that waste in your body. After these surgeries, you guys are still going through, you know, you guys still have what caused the fibroids there. The hormonal imbalance is there. So then what's really the point of surgery, right? This is why there was a woman that came on my live that literally said, what was it, June? She had surgery last year, June 2024. And by October, she already had she regrew 4 new fibroids by October 2024, right? In 4 months. So what does that say? That says that, listen, these surgeries are not getting to the root cause of the problem. They're not healing you, right? Surgery can't heal you. You got to get to the root cause of why did your body develop fibroids, right? So it's important. And for those that have already had surgery, this is why I because women are always asking me, well, what if I've already had surgery? Well, okay, if you've already had surgery, which of course you guys say I don't recommend it, but if you've already done it, right? Then you gotta get, now we have to do the work again. We gotta do the work that we didn't do before the surgery, which was getting to the root cause of the problem. You still gotta do that. You still have to do that. You still have to get to the root cause of what created the fibroids in the first place. What created because you are still, if you've had the surgery, you're still dealing with hormonal imbalances. You're still dealing with tons of waste in the body. You're still dealing with a congested lymphatic system. So what's gonna happen? Those things are gonna just grow back. They're gonna grow back, right? It's mostly eating unhealthy food and not healing your own trauma. Those are included. It's not, I wouldn't say mostly, but those are included, yes. Hysterectomy was recommended for periods for 1 month, causing HGB, hemoglobin 45, causing fainting. What do you mean? I'm not understanding. Are you saying that you were recommended a hysterectomy? You guys, don't ever let anybody take your womb. Get to the root cause of the problem. I don't know if you're new here, Monique, but I'm always gonna say, don't ever let anybody take your uterus, okay? Get to the root cause of the problem, because you're gonna, when they take your uterus, that's gonna cause more issues, hormonal issues, and more chaos in the body. And again, and let me say this too. When you have fibroids or any or endo or these reproductive health issues, I did a video on this before on TikTok, and somebody was asking, these are like if you don't get to the root cause of the problem, these could be precursors for more serious issues, right? So think of what is called, okay, so if you have fibroids, if you have endometriosis, if you have ovarian cysts or any reproductive health issue, you're dealing with what is called estrogen dominance, okay? So what's gonna happen is that estrogen dominance is like it's a serious hormonal imbalance, and there's so many different conditions, right, that occur due to estrogen dominance, including things like thyroid issues, including autoimmune disorders, right, including certain cancers such as breast cancer, uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. So we're more at risk for these estrogen dominant cancers when we have fibroids, endo, ovarian cysts, PCOS, and we don't get to the root cause of it. Okay, so that's why it's really serious that you get to the root cause, right? Because we don't want to. This is why women that have fibroids, it's never just fibroids. The same thing with endometriosis, right? It's always fibroids and anemia, or fibroids and IBS issues, or fibroids and PCOS, or fibroids and, like, it's never just fibroids. It's very rare that it's just fibroids. And even if it's just fibroids at the moment, if you don't, again, get a handle on it, it becomes another health issue, because your body's in a compromised state when you have fibroids or endo or any of these reproductive health issues, right? So take them seriously. Period lasts 1 month. So we're dealing with tons of toxins in the body. Your body's out of balance. Are you dealing with fibroids, Monique, or is it just that your period is out of balance? I never had surgery for it because it's very small, but it's been the same size for 4 years. Okay, I think you were on my other live. I think you want to get to whether it's small or not. You want to get to the root cause of the problem and get rid of it, okay? So they can't grow back. She is so scared. What do you mean? Who, like, I didn't see your, if you had another comment, I didn't see it, Essica. So what do you mean? So should I get a biopsy to get to the root cause? No. No biopsy is going to help you get to the root cause. I'm going to be honest with you, right? No doctor can help you get to the root cause of your fibroids. You guys have to understand, doctors are not there to heal, okay? I know it's a rude awakening for some people. I know it's a rude awakening for some of you guys. Doctors are not there to heal you. That's not their job, okay? They're there to diagnose, give you prescriptions, give you meds, cut you open. They're not there to heal. There's no biopsy that's gonna help you get to the root cause of the problem, right? No, we doing this wrong. I haven't had fibroids. Okay, well, you're free to watch if you do you believe giant steaming helps? Not addressing the root causes, okay? For some people, they could help with the symptoms, but I would recommend getting to the root cause of the problem. I've had fibroids, had a full hysterectomy. One was 18 centimeters. I was in so much pain. I'm so sorry. I wish you would have came on my live before then. We've had clients that have had 20 centimeter fibroids that have been able to shrink them. So whether they're 18 centimeters or 20, right, you can still shrink and dissolve them. And the beauty of it is that when you really target the fibroid and target the root causes, a lot of people experience that all of their symptoms drastically subside within a month, right? Whether it's huge or not. So nobody needs to take out their uterus, right? And because that's, again, and if you've already taken out your uterus, now we have to start working on hormonal balance, because your hormones are going to be jacked up if you don't, right? So we still have those underlying causes there, whether we took out our uterus or not, okay? I just want to say that's not a cure for nothing. Taking out body parts is not a cure, okay? I've had some fibroids drop a few months at a time, and I'm so confused. Okay, Essica, I didn't see your first comment. Can you put that again? And being body moist is important. What I noticed myself as well is body got to stay hydrated. Yeah, hydration is extremely important. And if you have fibroids or any reproductive health issue, you're dealing with cellular dehydration. So absolutely. I mean, how is your body going to get rid of toxins if you're not hydrated? How? Okay. My iron level was a 3 right before surgery. I was bleeding a year straight in clots. I'm so sorry to hear that. I had a client recently that was bleeding for 6 months that she was able to stop the bleeding. Had another client that was bleeding for 63 days straight before she joined my 6-week womb healing, 6-week womb healing experience. By week 3, she stopped bleeding. So nobody had, listen, those fibroids, whether you've been bleeding for a year straight or not, those fibroids will come back if you don't get to the root cause of the problem, y'all. I get it. Like sometimes when we don't know and we're in a desperate situation, we can go towards surgery because we don't know what we don't know, right? But I'm letting you know, you haven't solved the problem. That's not solving the problem. Having surgery is not solving the issue. It's just temporary relief until they grow back, right? I have a large one. I had endometrial ablation, so I don't have the shedding of the blood menopause. Okay, I'm not sure what you mean. What can I do now? I only have my ovaries, so what should I do? I'm happy that you kept your ovaries. This is what I would say. You want to get to, so if you had a hysterectomy due to fibroids, get to the root cause of the problem, right? You have to address your hormonal health. You got to address your liver health, your kidney health, because when you have fibroids, ladies, again, let me go down the list, okay? Not only are you dealing with emotion, there's energetic reasons why you develop fibroids, right? Every disease, every condition has a spiritual root cause. So if we have fibroids, right, we're dealing with, that's like wounded feminine energy, right? We're keeping a lot of trauma in the body because, again, we also hold, the womb is a portal, but it's also an incubator as well. So it holds a lot of our negative emotions, right? So we're keeping, a lot of women are keeping a lot of, for example, childhood trauma, past heartbreaks, things that they haven't processed and dealt with, it's still there, right? Past divorces and breakups, you know, low self-worth, overwhelm, confusion, right? Not living in your purpose, like not being fulfilled, not being happy, wearing masks to get through society. You're not being your real authentic self. You're not able to show you really your real authentic self. Some people don't even know who they are, right? So somebody that's, when you have fibroids, when we're dealing with fibroids, we're also dealing with what is called hormonal imbalances. We're dealing with hormonal imbalances. And a woman that is hormonally imbalanced is out of balance, right? So pinpoint areas in your life that are out of balance. Are we living in overwhelm? Because of what's going on in the womb reflects out what's going on in your life, okay? Let me say that again. If we're dealing with heavy bleeding, fibroids, the womb is a spiritual organ, it's a portal. That's why they trying to get y'all to take it out. Y'all got to stop falling for it. I'm going to say that again. Stop falling for it because they know that. They know how serious that the womb is. And women from, I said this in another video, women from other cultures, they know most of the time how important the womb is. So it's really hard to get them to get hysterectomies. But in the U.S., baby, they have people volunteer to get their uterus cut because, again, they've taught you that your uterus means nothing. They've taught, this is why, it's, you know, and that's a deep conversation. I might have to have another live on that. So stop getting your uterus removed. I'm going to say that again. If you already got it removed, okay. But then we have to do the work. We have to get to the root cause of the problem, the spiritual root cause, like why our body developed fibroids. That means that we haven't been taking care of ourselves. That means that we haven't been new listening. Okay, welcome. They'd be so excited to get hysterectomies. Listen, Star, I don't get it. You excited to take out your feminine center, your portal? Like what? Wombs are so special and they're so sacred that they're trying to make fake wombs now. Don't like really. What? Get to the root cause of the problem. If we're having pain, if we're heavily bleeding, what are we holding inside on an energetic level? I'm gonna tell you guys something. I have a client, right, bleeding for 6 months, was dealing with a lot of, she was at a cross because, and we found out why. She was at a crossroads in her life because she wanted to, what she was doing for a living, she started to hate it. It was making her sick physically. And that will, when you are about to ascend in life, right? And you're at a crossroads, but you're scared. A lot of times your health will break down. It's your body, your soul telling you you're not supposed to be doing. You have to trust and anchor in. So we were working towards that. I'm like, if you are no longer wanting to do this career and the thought of it makes you, stresses you out and just makes you depressed, we got what you want to do? And she knew exactly what she wanted to do for a living, right? She wanted to branch out. She wanted to help other women, right? She wanted to do energy healing and all of these things. So I'm like, listen, you can let's work on this. We have this built-in self-trust, right? So as soon as she made the decision, as soon as she turned in her, she took a long break from her nursing job. As soon as she turned in her resignation letter, then boom, the bleeding stopped. As soon as she made that decision, bleeding stopped then. Done. What does that tell you? Okay, what does that tell you? Oh, it says turn on. I can't stand, I can't stand TikTok. They say my live is restricted. Whatever, I'm speaking too much truth, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys are catching what I'm saying. Your womb is a spiritual organ. Y'all stop having people play with you in your face and having you remove your uterus. That's number one. But if we've removed our uterus, right? The beauty of it is that our body does have memory, right? Your body does have memory. Okay. You still want to build that connection. You still want to, you have to heal your hormones, because if not, a lot of women, again, this is why women's health break down after hysterectomy, because again, they don't get to the root cause of the problem. Okay. I want to know more about fibroids and how to get rid of them naturally. Okay. Happy that you're here. Okay. So let me go down the list. What do you recommend treating fibroids? I recommend getting to the root cause of the problem, meaning I'm in menopause now. I'm clueless what to do. They want surgery and I don't. Miss Sunny, are you dealing with fibroids also? Because menopause and fibroids is very common, unfortunately. Fibroids is common for everybody. It's like even young girls like around like high school age are getting fibroids, but from high school age to 70s, women are getting fibroids. It is very common. Postmenopausal fibroids are actually at an all-time high. Should I start taking something for my liver? Well, what you do want to start supporting your liver. It's not about taking something, it's about changing your diet and lifestyle. What is the largest fibroid that can't be shrunk? Any size can be shrunk, any size. Now, let me say, the bigger they are, the longer they will take, more than likely, but any size can be shrunk, okay? Any size fibroid can shrink. I get that question a lot. People think that once their fibroid is like, let's say over 5 centimeters, they can't shrink it naturally. I'm like, who told you that? I've been helping women do that for years. What? I did a little changes. I started walking every night before bed, downloaded 𝐂𝐤𝐿 to use the right, okay, I'm not sure what you mean. 𝐂𝐤𝐿, okay. So it's important to understand that we have to get to the root cause of the problem, okay? Stress takes a lot from us. Yeah, as women, stress takes a lot. Yeah, it stopped immediately. As soon as she made that decision, it stopped immediately. Like, you guys don't understand. Y'all don't understand how much like your emotions and what you're holding in has to do with the health of your womb. You don't get it. I say that in almost every live, but women, like your emotions is like in your womb is like, we store like our fears, our anxieties, our emotional trauma. That stuff is stored in the womb on an energetic level. But a lot of people think everything's just so physical. No, it's not just physical, because your emotional well-being affects you. This is why when you're feeling the most stress and emotional trauma, your period will start being, your hormones will start being out of control. A lot of women that think they're dealing with perimenopause, no, maybe they've recently dealt with, trigger warning, the death of a family member, or something chaotic happening in their lives. Their hormones start going out of control. They think, oh, it's perimenopause. No, it's not perimenopause. It's because you're dealing with a lot of the stress. Stress, again, on its own, knocks the hormones out of balance, right? So it's important. Oxygen therapy, oxygen, that's cool. Yeah, but we still have to get to the root cause of the problem. I had to have one. I almost unalived, had 45 hours to live. Ross, can I ask what country that you're in? Because like, I'm not laughing, but I'm just saying, like, was it, okay, there are dire situations, but that's very rare, okay? So unless you were like almost cold blue, you're telling me that because of fibroids, you had 45 hours to live. I don't know if that doesn't even sound right, okay? It's grown over the years, and they knew I had them and didn't offer anything but a hysterectomy. Wow, yeah, a lot of times for a lot of women, they don't offer nothing but a hysterectomy. They want you just to take out the uterus. We gotta stop falling for it. We have to stop falling for it, y'all, right? Stop falling for it. 2 fibroids are in pain only when I'm in my period. So we wanna, again, get to the root cause and get rid of the fibroids, okay? So I'm gonna say this again, stop allowing them to take out your womb, okay? Your womb is like, stop allowing it. I'm gonna say it again. I know that your doctor, I've heard all the excuses that doctors are telling you guys, coercing you guys to get you guys to take out your womb, right? Because taking out the uterus is a, big time money maker. These doctors get incentives for these surgeries. Let's be honest. Let's be honest here. So they will do anything, say anything to convince you to take out your uterus or just, do these surgeries, right? But have you tried healing your body naturally? Have you tried that? Have you tried getting to the root cause of the problem? Because what's going to happen again, if you take out your uterus, that issue, that estrogen dominant, that waste is just going to manifest into another health issue. This is why women's health break down after having a hysterectomy. You're taking out an organ. You think that nothing's going to happen? Like, it's just everything's going to be A-okay? No, that's not how it works. Go to some of these hysterectomy groups on Facebook. They are crashing out because they're going through all this stuff, right? You got to get to the root cause of the problem. Preacher, making so much sense. Yeah, let's be real. They get incentives for coercing women into surgery, so they're going to say anything. I've heard it all. Oh my God, we've never seen a fibroid this big. Oh my God, your blood, like your iron is so low. Oh my God, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. You need to get a hysterectomy or a myomectomy to save your life. They will tell you anything to get you to cut your body open. Okay, how do you treat it naturally? You want to get to the root cause of the issue. Okay, get to the root of why your fibroids developed. Okay, so for those, hold on. Since my hysterectomy, oh my God, my legs hurt and I'm so tired. Like help. Hormonal imbalances. How long has it been since you got a hysterectomy? Okay, how long has it been since you've been? We got work to do. We have to get our hormones in balance. And when you are missing an organ, this could be your uterus. This could also be your gallbladder, right, ladies? If you're missing an organ, we gotta do a little bit more work to get our body in balance, right? Because y'all gotta let them. I'm not just saying don't let them take out your uterus. Stop letting them take out other parts of your body too, because every organ can be healed. Okay. I had it on February 17th. Okay, we gotta get to it. We gotta get to the root cause of the problem, and we have to heal our hormones. Okay. I've had hormonal imbalances since 7 years taking medication. Yeah, medication will do that to you because again, it overloads the kidneys, the liver. Medication will do that to you and ruins the gut. So what kind of medication are we on and can we get it off? That's what I'm looking to say. I've gotten many clients off medication and they've been just fine. But again, it has to do with, again, we have to change their entire lifestyle. You can't, these things that you guys are dealing with can be healed naturally. What are your thoughts on HRT? Unless you want to flood your body with synthetic hormones, don't do it. Don't do it. They have brainwashed women into thinking that there's something wrong with their bodies. By the time when you're a teenager and you're in your 20s, they try to coerce you to get on birth control. Okay? When you are in your late 30s to 40s to 50s, then it's HRT, hormone therapy replacement. They're trying to tell you that your body is, does not function the way it's supposed to. That's not true. It's almost like they're trying to tell women their bodies are defective or in an underlying way. If they can legally say it, they would just say it, right? But that's not true. Your bodies are actually very intelligent. Very, very intelligent. This is good information. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm happy that you're here. And share this with somebody that has fibroids. Okay, you guys on TikTok, I'm also streaming from my YouTube channel. So you guys want to make sure that you click the link in my bio to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. Okay, so we don't want to do synthetic hormones. I was saying earlier that your body is very intelligent and your body can produce the right amount of each hormone. If it's not producing the right amount of each hormone, what is going on is that we're dealing with organs and glands that need to be healed, that are overloaded, right? So why is your body not producing the right amount of each hormone? I have hyprolactin. Okay, so that's hormonal imbalance. We got to get our body, we have to restore our hormonal balance. You do not need to be on medication for that. That's a lifestyle change, okay? We don't have them put you guys on all this medication, okay? And I'm saying this as somebody that's had family members that passed away due to being on medication, okay? So if it's me, this is controversial to say, TikTok will probably strike me, and YouTube will too. If you're on medication, get off of it. Get to the root cause of why your body developed that health condition, right? Address it. Now, some medications you do need to kind of slowly wean yourself on as you're changing your lifestyle and diet. But some of them you can just get off of immediately. It's not that, especially if you're dealing with something like anxiety meds and all this. Don't get me started on that. All right, I have a fibroid the size of a melon, currently high estrogen and autoimmune disorder. I'm on Lupron. Oh, no, it's the worst one. Oh, 𝐿𝐴𝐤𝐻, are you in the US? If you are on Lupron, that F's up women so bad. Lupron, get off of it. I'm telling you, get off of it. That has effed up. I want you to go to Lupron reviews. You can go on, they probably have them on TikTok too. Go on them on YouTube, go on them on Google, Facebook. It has wrecked women's health. If you are on Lupron, please get off, okay? We want to do this the natural way, okay? How much is your grocery list? It's only like $11. Only like $11, okay? Okay. So, ladies, I do have, for ladies that are wanting to work with me, because I've been getting lots of emails lately, right? I do have, shameless plug, I do have a Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly for ladies that are dealing with, so a lot of women that have fibroids have what is called the fibroid belly, right? We did a video about it not too long ago. The fibroid belly, that is the lower belly pooch that's hard due to the fibroids because it's like pushing the uterus, it's enlarging the uterus and pushing it upward, right, and outward. So if you have that, if that is something that you deal with, we do have what is called, it's a 4-week program. It's an accelerated program, right? A group program called Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly. We've got many, many women. If you've been following me for any length of time, if you've gone through my reviews, my testimonials, somebody today said that they haven't seen my reviews and testimonials, which is so weird. I'm like, they're literally on every social media platform, every landing page you go to, that if you click even on my website, you'll see our client a client case study testimonial. If you go to my TikTok channel, go to the pin post testimonials. Really, all the pin posts are testimonials. If you scroll to my TikTok, you'll see plenty of and just scroll, you'll see plenty of video testimonials. Also, too, if you go to on the TikTok tab, it says client testimonials. Click there, right? If you on YouTube, just scroll through the community post, right? Or come to TikTok and look like it. I don't get it. We have, like, some people have to just settle down and read, because they're literally everywhere. Somebody even told me that I followed you because of your testimonials. But anyway, that's beside the point. But I will say this, right? Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly. This is for women that are serious and want to do the work and want to not just dissolve their fibroid belly, but also significantly reduce their fibroid belly, but also, again, get to the root cause of their fibroids and start shrinking them. We're going to do this 4-week program. It's called Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly. It starts on Tuesday, okay? It's from June 10th. We're going to go all the way up until July 10th. It's a 1-month program, 4-week program, okay? So if you haven't registered yet, we're on early bird pricing until tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day for early bird pricing, okay? So if you're dealing with, let me know in the chat, are you dealing with a fibroid belly? We're gonna work towards dissolving it, okay? You gotta come in, and this is, let me just make this very clear. This is for women that are serious, that are coming in doing the work, because we got a month. And this is an accelerated program. It's not for women. If you're busy, yes, you can still, because it's more about implementation, right? It's for busy women. It's designed for busy women, right? You're gonna be meeting once a week. We also have a group Telegram, okay? So I'm really excited about it. Women have joined, and we ready to go on Tuesday. Again, tomorrow's the last day for the early bird pricing. I would get it now. Why it's $997, and then goes up to $1,200 after Friday, okay? If you want more information about the Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly program, be sure to click the link in my bio. If you're watching from TikTok, if you're watching from YouTube, the link is in the description box, okay? You can read all about it. I have my melon-sized fibroid. They keep, oh my God, turning on my restrictions. I have my melon-sized fibroid scheduled to be removed in September. I hemorrhaged during, I wouldn't, because again, that's just going to, you're going to regrow another fibroid. You're going to regrow, especially if you're prone to big fibroids or multiple fibroids, it's even easier for you to grow another fibroid. I would get to the root cause of the problem. And what you can do is work from now till September to shrink and dissolve the fibroid, to get rid of your fibroid symptoms, right? To get rid of all of your symptoms, to shrink and dissolve, to shrink the fibroid. I don't know how big you said melon size, maybe it's 9 centimeters or bigger. Start working on that now. And where you will be in September, if you start seriously work on it, you will cancel the surgery. I've had many women do that work with me. They had their surgery scheduled and they ended up canceling them because they didn't need it anymore. right? Their fibroids are shrinking, all their symptoms went away, right? Who wants to get cut open if they don't have to? That doesn't even make any sense. Now, another thing too, the top reasons why fibroids return is because there is no foundational protocol. Because when we talk about getting to the root cause of the problem, and TikTok, if you guys are watching, you guys are enjoying the content, tap on the screen, like the video. If you're watching from YouTube, click the thumbs up button, okay? There is no protocol on getting to the root cause of the problem. So if we're just kind of like, again, throwing spaghetti at the wall, seeing what works, trying, acupuncture 1 week, castor oil the next week, right? There is no, there's no protocol on getting to the root cause and addressing the root cause of the issue. Then we're not healing. We're not healing. We're just playing around, right? So that's going to cause, again, either your fibroids to easily grow back because we haven't addressed the foundation, we haven't addressed the root causes, or it just won't shrink at all, right? So it's important that you're also doing the work as far as getting your hormones, restoring your hormonal balance, because your fibroids cannot develop if hormones are imbalanced. It just can't. It can't, right? So you also have to heal the gut. You have to heal the liver. We have to clean out support the liver and clean out the toxins, right? Because again, liver is your body's master detoxifier. It's your body. It's a very important organ. So if we have fibroids, that liver is overloaded. We have to address the lymphatic system, the kidneys, right? These organs in our body, right? And these systems in our body that actually help us remove waste. These have to be healthy, or we'll just keep waste in, right? And fibroids is just balls, they're really essentially balls of waste, okay? So just understand that. It's really important for you to understand that you have to, again, get to the root cause of the problem. So you wanna, if you're growing back fibroids, you didn't heal your hormones. You didn't address your hormonal health, right? You didn't address the cortisol levels, because if we have fibroids, again, the cortisol, the insulin, the thyroid issues, liver health, these things can't be ignored. They have to be addressed, okay? We do have to, this is why a lot of people don't approach their hormones the right way. If you don't address the foundational hormones, you got to address the foundational before you even get to the sex hormones, right? You can't just skip that and go to your estrogen levels. No, you have to address why did your estrogen become out of balance? Why did your sex hormones become out of balance? Because the cortisol and insulin were affected first, okay? So, you also have to address the unprocessed emotional trauma. If we have fibroids, right, we're also one of the spiritual root causes is that we're holding a lot of emotional trauma in the womb energetically. So these things have to be addressed, right? It could be sexual trauma. It could be, mother wounds. It could be low self-worth, past heartbreaks, these things that we bury, we suppress, and we don't understand that the body keeps score. Your body keeps score, okay? So a lot of people, I'm fine. Chronic suppression. Right? Your body wouldn't have developed these things if you were fine. Endometriosis or fibroids or any of these reproductive health issues, right? So we have to address the stress, what is keeping our body in a state of stress? What is keeping your body in a state of stress, right? You pretending everything's fine, that's what it's hurting you. It's hurting you, right? So it's important. And we're going to also address that in my Dissolve Your Fibroids 4-week group accelerator. We're going to have to go over that as well, because if we have a fibroid belly, guess what? There's a lot of trapped emotions and trauma as well, okay, that we have to address as well, okay? So that's emotional stagnation. Fibroids on an energetic level represent stagnation, right? So not just physical stagnation, but also emotional stagnation, energetic stagnation, right? It's a lot of women that have fibroids, they're looking like they're kind of stuck in life. They're stuck at a crossroads. They can't move. It's hard for them to move forward. They're overwhelmed, not living in their purpose, right? They don't even know there's roadblocks in their life, right? If there's, again, blockages in the womb, that's going to reflect in your life as well, okay? So when you start removing the blockages and shrinking, dissolving them, you're going to also see things start to open up. I tell you guys, the womb is also a spiritual organ. That's when we do womb healing, that also, like I said, opens up other opportunities and more abundance in your life as well, right? It's deeper than just getting rid of the fibroids, right? So it's important. It's not about healing is not temporary, right? When it comes to your, healing your womb, it's not just, we get rid of fibroids, that's it. No, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. You're speaking some real facts that I needed to hear. Thank you. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. And you guys that are enjoying the video, be sure to get on my email list. If you're watching from TikTok, join the email list. The link is in my bio if you resonate with my message. Okay. I will say this though, because somebody emailed me about this, right? And saying, well, you know, I want to join the Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly program, but you know, I think she just found me, right? And was saying that, well, why should I'm not sure about it. Why should I join? I said, listen, I prefer people join my programs, like actually work with me after they follow me for a bit, right? And they maybe watch some videos and resonate with me, because if you just finding me and just joining and you're a skeptic, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. If you're coming in skeptical, you're gonna self-sabotage and not do the work. Especially if you've been telling me that I've tried this and I've tried working with all these people and it hasn't worked. Well, maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Because so don't come in not trusting that your body can heal, right? If that's you, if you're not sure about the program, if you don't trust in it, if you maybe just started following me, look at my testimonials, look at my free videos. I have hundreds on YouTube, right? So maybe if you want to take a course instead, because we have the 12 steps on how to shrink your fibroids full bundle course. Somebody took that course and got rid of 13 fibroids. She came on the live last week, right? You want to do that? That's fine. That's fine, right? You don't have to work with me, right? So your protocol is more on clean eating. That's a small part of it. That's a small part of it. My doctor recommended paleo. I wouldn't recommend paleo for womb healing. I would not. I would not. I would not. It's not about clean eating. It's about a womb healing diet. Clean eating in the US, don't get me started. Don't get me started. It's about a womb healing diet, right? And I teach you how to do that in the program, okay? It doesn't have anything to do with what society says is clean eating, because I don't know what they talking about. They'll give you white rice and a steak and some vegetables and say that's clean eating. It's not, but that's a whole other conversation. Because if you have fibroids, we're dealing with a backed up digestive system. So we have to eat foods that are gonna easily digest, that are going to help clean your body out, right? That's not a lot of that is not what you would consider clean eating, right? It is clean eating, but it's not what society will say is clean eating, right? But my clients get massive results and they heal. So hopefully that makes sense. And yes, and somebody asked me, do you have to change your diet if you come in the program? Yeah. Like, if you're asking that question, you're not ready. Yeah. If you're asking that question, because I have had somebody a long time ago, right? This rarely ever happens, but somebody that signed up to work with me she said she did not want to change her diet. And I said, this is not going to work for you. This program will not work for you. You cannot be in this program and not change your diet. Unless you're already eating a womb healing diet, which most people are not, it's impossible, right? So you have to pick one. Do you want the fibroids or do you want to be healed? Okay, so what it takes is, like, we have to be, like, it's about deep, consistent womb healing. Like, when we go on a womb healing journey, like, it includes deep detoxification, and not just you going on a detox for a little bit. I'm talking about, no, your body is detoxifying every day, emotional detoxification, hormone balancing, right? You getting to the root cause of the problem. Like somebody described it a couple weeks ago, it's a spiritual, emotional, and physical level up when you're healing your womb, when you're healing your portal, right? Fibroids don't just grow back because you're unlucky. They grow back because, again, you haven't gotten to the root cause of the problem. You didn't address the root causes, okay? You have to address the root causes. You have to heal your body in order for the fibroids to not grow back. And I say this as somebody that's over 10 years now, my fibroids have not grown back. And I previously had them not once, but twice, okay? The paleo diet was recommended. Okay, I don't know if you're talking to doctors. Ksenia, I'm gonna say this. If you are talking to doctors, that's not gonna resonate with my message, right? So you have to pick a lane. Do you wanna do this the medical way, which is not healing, which is keeping the problem, or do you wanna heal? That's the holistic way, okay? And I'm saying that to anybody. Because you cannot be on this journey and be double-minded. Because what doctors are not gonna offer is not gonna heal you. It's keeping you sick. If you in the US, the healthcare is here, unfortunately, it's all about keeping you, it's sick care. It's keeping you sick, keeping you as a lifetime customer, okay? So pick a lane, all right? The same thing that when it comes to autoimmune disorders, they have similar root causes to fibroids. Guess what? Because they're both estrogen dominant issues. A lot of women that have fibroids also have autoimmune disorders. Those can be healed naturally. Okay? So paleo diet does not heal nothing. I'm sorry. Now, it's good that they take out starch, but you eating animal products, no, that's not gonna work. Okay? All right. Any other questions before we go? Okay, again, if you are wanting to work with me to get rid of your fibroids, again, we have our Dissolve Your Fibroids. This is a one-time program. I'm not doing this again, okay? So if you are ready to work with me to come on the program, I have other programs, but this program, Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly, the reason why I wanted to create this program is for women that have, again, they're dealing with, so many women are dealing with this fibroid belly where they're being asked, are you pregnant, right? When are you expecting, as somebody that used to previously deal with that before, I know the pain of dealing with fibroids, and then on top of that, you're dealing with this huge fibroid belly that you're having to hide, that you're having to, even in the summertime, that you're having to really dress around. That can be horrible, right? So for women that are dealing with that and dealing with fibroids, we have our Dissolve Your Fibroid Belly 4-week accelerator program, right? So you have to come in there ready to do the work, ready to work. We're also going to help you, teach you how to dissolve your fibroids as well. It's heavy implementation program, okay? So if you're ready, be sure to click the link in my bio, check it out, the Dissolve Your Fibroids 4-week accelerator program. The link is in my description box if you're watching from YouTube. Tomorrow's the last day for early bird pricing. It's $9.97 now. You can also use Klarna as well as Afterpay, Affirm as well as payment options. And it's going up on after Friday, okay, after tomorrow. So the link is in my bio if you're watching from TikTok, all right? Be sure, ladies, if you resonate with my message, get on my email list as well. If you're watching from YouTube, get on the email list. It should be in the description box. If you're watching from TikTok, click the link in my bio, get on our email list, okay? Any other questions before I go? Okay, any other questions? Thank you guys for being on my live. Some great questions. Any other questions? Okay. All right, y'all. Hopefully this is helpful. Again, you cannot heal without getting to the root cause of the problem. You cannot truly heal without getting to the root cause of the problem. Y'all stop taking your uterus out. Stop taking out your body parts and heal them. Heal your body parts. Don't take them out. Get to the root cause of the problem. Your body is very powerful. It's a self-healing mechanism, right? Your body a lot of people don't know the power of their body. You're welcome. A lot of people don't know and understand the power of their body. Your body is a self-healing mechanism, okay? That can heal naturally, but you got to get out of its way, okay? You got to get out of its way so that it can do its job. It can dissolve tumors, it can dissolve cysts, but you got to get out of the way, okay? All right, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Again, tomorrow's the last day for early bird pricing. Dissolve Your Fibroids for a week group accelerator. I'm so excited about that program. We start Tuesday, okay? This Tuesday, all right, the 10th. And any questions, send me an email about it, all right? Bye. Bye, YouTube.